currently in my least favorite place in the entire city of Seoul, and that's the immigration office. I think a lot of people who work here have lost their joy to vivre. And I don't want them to kill me for making this video. But anyway, I'm waiting with this little thingamajigger. This little number is my thing to pick up an extension, a visa extension, so I can stay here a little bit longer on my student visa. So I feel kind of awkward standing outside the door talking to myself, so I'm gonna stop now. But I'll tell you about the rest of this in the rest of the video. So. I was in the immigration office, the Mokdong immigration office. Basically what I've been trying to do, I've been in Korea for a while. I've been here for about 4 years. And what I was trying to do after studying Korean for 3 semesters was, number one, let's start with the first option. I've been in Korea for a while and I could see myself staying here for a bit longer if I had more opportunities. So one option for long-term expats in Korea is the F2 visa. So this is an option for someone who has been employed professionally, which I guess just like not manual labor. I don't know, I'm not quite clear on the details for manual laborers. But for teachers, you would come on an E2 visa. It's another alphabet, right? Letters and numbers. So you'd come on an E2 visa, and then after a year, if you qualify under the F2 7 points visa, you can apply to basically receive an F visa, which is a resident visa. Good, that's what's up, that's what you want. Now if you're Korean American, Korean Canadian, Korean Russian, whatever, and you can prove it with the appropriate documents, because this is immigration we're talking about, then you can get a resident visa anyway. So basically what that means is that you're not limited to one employer. So for me, or for your average American who's not Korean, you come and your stay in Korea is dependent on your employer. So if your employer gets sick of you or you get sick of them, you basically have to leave the country. You know, fair enough. But the resident visa allows you to work with an employer or several employers, to freelance, to just, you know, live similarly to how you'd live in your home country. So that's why I would like to get on an F visa. I don't see myself staying in Korea long term if I'm going to be an indentured servant. Yeah, so basically I was interested in doing the F2 7 visa. So I got some conflicting information and realized at the end of my semester that wasn't my end of my semester studying Korean, that wasn't going to be a possibility for me. So I was on a D4 visa. D4 is the language student visa. So I wanted to get from a D4 visa back on an E2 visa. The E2 visa is for teachers. Unfortunately, having been in Korea so long and only worked for one employer, I didn't really understand how much the laws have changed since I came in 2008. So there's new requirements and they're a little bit draconian, mostly because of the process in the United States is so ridiculous. We're having to go from one federal agency to another federal agency to get the proper documentation with proper stamps and then sending in all this information. And the process takes about 2 months. So what happened was I had done, it's for a criminal background check, is the really long one. So I had done that the last time I went home in the States. I haven't been home for a year. And the last time I went home, I went and did that. Got the criminal background check, took the 2 months, brought it back to Korea. Didn't end up working, continued studying. And so when I went to the immigration office at the end of my semester, I said, hey, you know, I have a criminal background check. It's, you know, fully got the stamp from the federal agency, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, sorry, this isn't, you know, within the last 6 months. I'm like, but I haven't left Korea, and how could I commit a crime in the States if I haven't been there? So that was me at immigration being a little frustrated. I extended my student visa for one more month to give me more time to take a vacation to leave the country, to come back as a tourist, to sit on my hands and wait for my paperwork to come back from America. So that's what was going on with me in immigration. And hopefully, by the end of the month, I'll have really great news for you guys. So we'll see. I'm back at the house now, and I think Pepper wants some attention. Are you going to say hi? Say something. I mean, you're busting to get on camera. You're not saying, oh, you're not saying. All right, so so anyway, tomorrow's video. Tomorrow I will be talking about part 2 on studying Korean, Yonsei, Iwa, and probably also I'll mention Sogang, which will just kind of be hearsay, but you may find it useful. So that's all. See you tomorrow. 30 days. See you tomorrow.